Hey everybody, this is Troy from Superman Entertainment, your one stop for all things entertainment. And we're here finally to discuss Euphoria. Spoilers! I'm just piling it all together, give you what's going on, what we can expect going forward, and what we've learned from what we've seen. Okay, so basically everything starts off with Rue. We see her from birth and through her childhood as she deals with OCD. And we later find out that her drug use that she has for her depression, OCD, anxiety stems from her father as he's dying from cancer, gets a hold of some of his pills, and it basically she spirals out of control. She ends up in a coma, and she's now having to deal with life after rehab. Now she ends up finding a character, Jules, a transgender, and they really hit it off. They have a lot in common, it seems. They end up doing some drugs together, but her feelings for Jules deepen as she does develop feelings for her, though it's not mutual, and Jules feels like Rue probably likes her more as a friend. She doesn't know if she can trust her because she keeps going back and using drugs again. And we see Rue, she ends up in a bad situation with her old drug dealer Fezco, as his supplier Mouse comes in and offers her some fentanyl, and she don't got no choice. She got to do this, or they got problems. So she ends up doing it, and it just like lays her out. We don't know what's going to happen to her. She ends up recovering at Jules's house. Her mom is going nuts, keeps drug testing her. She ends up basically going to these Narcotic Anonymous, and basically meeting the character Ali, who at the end of episode 3, she ends up calling him and trying to get sober. We don't know if it's more for her or it's because of her friends and family and Jules. We don't know if that's mostly the reason why. Now we'll get into the character Jules. She basically just lives with her father. She meets guys on these gay websites. She ends up meeting the character Nate's father, Cal, I believe his name is. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. He ends up fucking her in a motel, like just rough, just the most, just rough, beat up. He's like, "Oh, you're beautiful. You're so beautiful." And I'm just about to destroy that ass. Oh, I'm gonna fuck that ass up. We'll talk about him a little bit, but. Jules doesn't, she's young, she doesn't know what she wants yet. She's kind of naive and meets Nate at a party in the first episode. He basically calls her out. He's like, I know who you are. I know what you are. We don't know if he knew what she was, but we'll go back onto that in a second. And ends up, he finds her on the website. She doesn't know that that's Nate's character. But they start talking and developing a relationship, at least on Jules' side. We don't know how much on Nate's side. Maybe he's playing her, or maybe he's for real. We don't really know, but we see he's definitely a few sandwiches short of a luncheon. Let me tell you that. And basically, we have Jules end up wanting to meet. They want to meet up outside this carnival that's going to be happening, and it's kind of suspicious. They don't want to. She doesn't want to meet in public, and of course Rue's character is very cautious about this, telling I care about you, and I don't want you to go out there, do something, and you might end up getting killed or something of that nature. So we end up with Nate. His dad is fucking guys on the side, and he doesn't really care for his mom too much because she's weak. His dad's doing whatever, and his dad's got like almost like a library of DVDs of twinks that he's fucked in the past and whatnot, transgender, who knows? But Nate's character finds this around like 12, 14. We don't really know the age, but younger than what he is and currently in the state of the show. Him and his dad, I guess, have an alright relationship. They shoot guns together. They don't really talk much, but they do stuff together. We see the character Nate's ex-girlfriend or girlfriend at the time, Maddie. There was like a falling out where I'm not really too sure. She ends up hooking up with the Tyler character at the party in the pool. Nate catches wind of it, ends up breaking into this guy's house, and I know everyone across the internet's like, hey, we don't see what happens, but he either got his ass beat, he got murdered, or he got raped, or a combination of any of the three. So we don't know what happened there, but it's fucked up. He keeps texting Jules and I guess kind of developing a character, but Maddie, he gets back with Maddie. I guess everything's fine with them and he's fucking her. And then she's become suspicious. Now, Maddie's character, we don't know that much about her. All we know is that she's an insecure teenage girl and she's dating maybe a sociopath. Ends up finding Nate's dick pics on his phone. And so she's questioning with Kat's character, possibly, is he gay? Is he bi? We don't know. So that leads us up to Kat. And in the first episode, she ends up at the party. She's probably the most overlooked character at the beginning, but she's become my favorite. Hashtag Team Cat all day. She's kind of made this show for me, really. She meets up with McKay's brothers and another character, and she ends up fucking on camera, and it gets out there on the interweb, and it goes around school, people pointing fingers, making rumors. The principal actually ends up getting wind of it, but she kind of calls him off, and she ends up having him try to take it down. But it seems like this video is kind of blown up, and she's kind of taken to it. She's like, okay, yeah, reading the comments, like, ooh, you hot, I blew my load. What up, girl? So she starts becoming a cam girl. One of the guys or clients she ends up seeing online is probably one of the most fucked up things we've seen in the show yet. I don't know how much they paid this guy, but this like fat, bearded guy, he's like, I'm an odd duck. I want you to tell me how small my penis is as I jerk off with 2 fingers like this. Like, oh, I'm so pathetic. And it is. He's got like a micro dick. He's got a baby dick, and it's hilarious, but it's bad. You're just like, no, I can't unsee this. What the fuck have you done to me, Euphoria? What have you done to me? What have you done? She ends up starts making money, and she gets that money through Bitcoin. She ends up getting that Bitcoin money. She gets it from Ashtray, Fezco's little brother. Now, Fezco, we can obviously see that there was more relationship between her and Rue, but we don't get that much on his character. I wish we would dig more into his character. We don't know much other than him and Rue had maybe a thing more, maybe not a thing, but they were more than just drug dealer and buyer, I feel. And then she ends up with that character, Mouse, that maybe we'll see more of him and Fezco and his little brother, but I'm not sure. So that leaves us finally with McKay and Cassie. Now, Cassie's little sister is Rue's friend from middle school, elementary, and she's using her urine to pass the drug test by her mom. Now, Cassie, she's like the pretty girl, cheerleader type, and McKay, he's the cool athlete. There's basically been some rumors about she's like banged out a bunch of guys and she likes it rough, and we kind of see some of that in the beginning, and towards the end, her mom's like, hey, don't get pregnant, and they go to that frat party, and he's like, oh, I came inside you, and so I guess we see where that's going, obviously. Is there anything else? Let me think. Is there anything else? Am I missing anything? Oh yeah, how about that intro of the 3rd episode? That was crazy with the animation and then like the Game of Thrones fantasy where people in high school are getting showered with arrows and there's blood and people getting chopped up. That was awesome. I love that. I hope they have more of that. And how can I forget the One Direction gay fan fiction? Now, apparently One Direction fans are pissed about this, and they just need to, unwad their panties and get back to the real world. This is just fan fiction. Can we not be so thin-skinned where everything's so sensitive to us? Like, come on. Jeez, man. It was hilarious, too, even though it was like, his penis went inside his mouth so effortlessly. Like, That line just, I don't know why, I laughed out loud. But one important last note, I think mostly people need to understand this is not real teenagers, okay? This is exaggerated, okay? Most teenagers are pretty calm and pretty tame, okay? Now, obviously, I've been in some situations when I was a teenager, and I've seen situations where I've been to house parties and I've seen some fucked up shit, okay? And I'm not saying that fucked up shit doesn't happen like this. It probably does, but obviously this is HBO's take. You know it was going to be a lot more raw, in your face. They've never done anything like this. That's why it's so shocking to everyone. No, kids shouldn't be watching this. This is for us adults kind of seeing what may be happening, but not really. I mean, come on. Maybe a little bit, but not all the way with this, the craziness. So some people need to, damper their torches to this show, okay? It's just a fantasy. It's not real life. Calm down, okay? I guess your gripe is, what if a kid sees this? Okay, they're going to see something they probably didn't need to see. What if they saw a porno? They probably saw something they didn't need to see. So you understand, this is not for kids. This is for adults. We get it. So tell me, did I miss anything in this spoiler video? I'm really excited. We don't know what's going to happen when Nate meets up with Jules in this isolated area outside the carnival. Is he going to... Some people are like, he's going to kill her or rape her or something. Or is it going to be, because I forgot to talk about this. She pulled a knife on him and cut herself. So Jules isn't all there, per se. We don't know what's going to happen. So we don't know if Nate's, going through the kind of things that his dad is going through, but even worse, or what. So everyone's on edge about what's going to happen on episode 4. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to talk about it. If you like this, stick around for more Susan Man Entertainment.